All right. Hi, ladies. Jane Daly here. So I'm glad that you could join me, whether you catch me live or you're going to be catching the replay. I'm going to be talking to you today about 5 critical things that you need to consider before starting a business. Okay. And so that's today's topic, but I'm also going to be taking questions. If anyone has any questions, business related questions or anything like that, I'm going to be here and we'll do a bit of a Q&A session at the end. So you can just put them in the comments below. And even if you're catching this on a replay, if you have questions, I'll be happy to help out and answer them however I can. Yeah, so just pop them in the comments. I'm just going to double check and make sure that everything is working in the group. Okay. So I'm glad that you could join me, whether you catch me. Okay, great. So welcome to today's live stream and the 5 things to consider before starting a business. So I'm going to jump right into it. Thing number 1 to consider is what you're passionate about. So you need to really assess what it is that you are really passionate about. And the reason for that, I think it's super important that we're passionate about what it is that we're going to be doing. Just because you don't want to wake up every day dreading, what you're going to be doing all day, or dreading talking to clients or customers. Okay, it's not the way to live. And yeah, and your business is also going to be a huge part of your life as well. So you need to make sure that that you're really passionate about what it is that you're doing. If things get tough, well, when things get tough, I should say, because things aren't always going to be going smoothly. If you're passionate about what it is that you're doing every day, then it just makes it so much less likely that you'll be quitting your business as well. So that's the first thing that you really need to consider. So thing number 2 is to consider all of your talents and your skills. So consider, you need to seriously analyze all your skills and your talents to figure out what it is that you could actually charge money for, okay? So this is maybe a talent or a skill that you possess already, or if you are passionate about something and maybe you're not fully skilled in it, there's always the option of upgrading your skills. Okay, you can take a course or something like that to just upgrade or brush up on your skill before charging money for it. So that's another thing to consider as well. And if you don't have the skill, but you are passionate about something, then another option, which brings me to thing number 3, is you should consider whether or not you will be the one actually carrying out the work. Okay, so you need to consider whether you're going to be sort of just a solo service provider or solopreneur, as they call them, and use that business model, or if you're going to be more of an agency model in your business, okay? Because that's a perfectly great business model. It's actually easier to scale your business if you outsource the work, like the actual fulfillment of the work, to a third party anyway. So, just because you might not be skilled in something that you're passionate about doesn't mean that that's a no-go for you, and that you have to write that off completely. You can find contractors on sites like Fiverr, for example, and you pay them a portion of the fee that you charge to your client, and they do all the fulfillment, and you just have to take care of the client-facing work and the invoices and those types of things. But all the actual work is done by the third party. So it's a really great business model. I have outsourced work to people from Fiverr before myself, and I've always been satisfied. So yeah, so don't be discouraged if something that you really want to do is not something that you're skilled in, because that's a very great business model to adopt as well. So thing number 4 to consider is your lifestyle. So if you have children, let's say, do you have any supports in place? Do you have childcare? How many hours a day are you going to be able to actually devote to your business? It all factors in to what type of business it is that you are going to be doing, because if you don't have that much time in the day, then you really need to consider what your options are based on that. Okay. So just as an example, if you want to start a business refinishing and selling furniture, but you have a young baby at home, then that might not be the best fit for you right in that moment, okay, right at that point in time. So very important to also consider. And thing number 5 is your personality type. So what I mean by this is basically your personality factors in heavily as to how it is that you're going to market and sell in your business. So you need to figure out what it is that you would be comfortable with in your business, okay? So for example, would you be all right with doing cold calls? Are you okay with being on sales calls all day? What else? Are you okay with using YouTube and doing YouTube videos? Are you comfortable doing live streams, for example? So those are all things that you need to consider as well before you decide on your business and your business model, okay? So that's about it for me for today. I hope that this has been helpful for you. And I also want to take any questions that you might have. I'm just going to give a minute or so for questions. And in the meantime, I wanted to also invite you to book a success call with me. I want to help as many women as possible start their own business this year. So if that's something that interests you, that you've been thinking about, an idea you've been toying with maybe, then, you know, this is your year, and I want to encourage you definitely to do that. And I want to help you however I can. So this month, I thought of offering success calls to help you figure out what business that you could really start and what your next steps should be, basically, to get that business started and growing. So if you are interested in a totally free success call with me, then just type me in the comments and I will reach out to you about that and give you some more details about that. Okay. So that's about it for me for tonight. I see I don't have any questions. For those of you just joining, we just covered 5 critical things to think about and to consider before starting your business. And if you missed everything, then you can just catch the replay. And like I said earlier, if you have any questions, even on the replay, feel free to pop them in the comments. I will come back around and answer them. Hi, thanks for joining. So yeah, if you have questions, let me know. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so that's it for me for tonight. And I hope you have a great night. Thank you. Take care. Bye.